let's talk about the pros and cons of living together before marriage. So in today's video, Cece and I, we're going to share some of the things that are good and some of the things that are not so good about it. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I'm joined by my hubby.
Hi, this is Will, and welcome back. This is a weekly podcast, and if this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell when, so you can be notified when we put out these videos. Now, in this podcast, we talk about
a whole lot of stuff on here, okay?
Sometimes.
Right?
No, not really.
We talk about love all day, every day.
That's it.
Talk about love, family, relationships, everything that's happening around the world. We're going to talk about it here. So welcome back. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. As you guys know, before we go into
the topic of the day, she likes to talk about the blissful moment.
We, sir, like to go into our blissful moment.
Yes.
Do you have one, babe?
Yes, this is a busy weekend. And it's a longer weekend.
Mm-hmm. What's going on?
Gonna take us some clients tomorrow, make some money, and we get an extra day to rest. So
true.
Listen, it's always good when we're making money.
Let me ask you this. As a business owner, does that mean that I should take off Monday too?
It's up to you. I didn't know you celebrate that holiday, but if you want to take it off, actually you should celebrate that holiday.
Yes.
But I don't know if it's in your business calendar, but you can
of course it is on my business calendar.
Okay, then you're celebrating it. But yes, I mean, normally when we have these, but it's first communion, we're shooting some pictures tomorrow. And typically we spend the whole day, the church, the receptions. We normally don't get home until like midnight. Which means I got to work the next day because that always falls on a Sunday. And it's always tough. This year it falls on a Sunday when the next day is a holiday. So, which is good. I'm happy about it.
I'm happy for you too.
So that's my blissful moment.
Yes.
I'm make some money.
Make some money. And, it's a blessing. We have a few kids. We didn't want to take too many kids. All right. It's
a hassle having so many kids.
Yes. As a photographer, I feel like sometimes the money it may be good to have a whole lot.
Yeah,
but
it's a hassle.
But it is a lot.
A lot of kids.
Yes. So this year we are limiting ourselves to, less than 5, which is good amount. We typically have 10.
It's difficult to track.
Actually,
these kids,
7, 8.
Who's who?
Yeah.
Because I gotta get pictures around and look at them. Okay, this is this kid. So my biggest worry is that I'm gonna photograph the wrong kid.
True. And I'll be like, babe, you got the wrong kid.
We had a confirmation last 2 weeks ago. We had a confirmation, and Sis has been communicating with the mother over the phone. So
with the client.
We haven't met the person, and I was there. I'm like, I think that's the client.
And I was like, are you so-and-so? She's like, no.
I told her that's not in there.
She's well, here's the thing. I called her the wrong name. To me, it's like she looks like this name. She looked like a Marie. I called her Marie, and she's like, no, that's not my name. And that was the lady. Goes to find out that was her. But my bad.
The client. They have no idea what the client looks like. Listen. It can get hectic sometimes, and sometimes people she's been talking to that lady since December.
Literally since December, but I have no idea what she looks like. And mind you, we do everything online, so I don't have to meet with you and collect the money.
I think going forward, the moment that we sign a contract, we're gonna ask the client, send us a picture. We need to see what you look like.
a picture of your ID, please.
Well, the kids we always ask pictures for. We didn't have a picture of that kid, her daughter.
Yes,
but I know this Sunday we can have pictures of the kids, and we can keep them around just to make sure that we're not photographing the wrong child. Hey, listen, it'll be bad at the end of the ceremony. You find all the pictures you take during the ceremony belong to someone else's child
that didn't pay for, and you're like, what the heck? What do I do now? So we are keeping track. I'm keeping track on that. Make sure we have the right kid, which actually it barely happens where we have the wrong kid.
No, we haven't had the wrong kid.
No.
I'm always fearing that I'm going to get the wrong kid.
We haven't had. So let's not bring this up.
Oh, I'm not jinxing
okay,
it.
let's not jinx it, please.
Mm-mm.
Okay, we haven't had that. Knock on wood. We always have the right kid, and even though it's some time and maybe a lot of kids, but we always have the right kid.
Yes.
And listen, and
when
this
like
year
20 kids are walking by, and you get and sometimes when they're all dressed in white and they all
look alike.
Look alike.
They look the same. They look the same.
Okay, so much about that, but yeah, that's our weekend.
That's all weekend. And on top of that, it just to me, I feel like it happened at the wrong weekend because it's like Father's Day weekend.
No,
and
not making money.
unfortunately,
Listen, this is what I'm looking at it.
oh, it's kind of like a payback because I worked a Mother's Day weekend. Okay, a Mother's Day weekend on Saturday, we had an event. Yes,
so the
we
Sunday
had.
you didn't do anything.
So I worked Saturday.
Look at it this way: these holidays, they make you spend money. If you can find a way to make money, you're on top.
Anyways, I don't know about that. I don't mind doing the work. I know I'm going to be very tired the next day.
Cece already claimed that she wants to get paid, so it's not a bad thing.
Okay, pay me, sir.
It's not a bad thing.
Listen, we're grateful for our customers. For our customers, we are.
Yes, we really appreciate.
And we had to hey, listen. This is where when the blessing comes and God keep pouring and keep blessing you, and you're like, I'm sorry, I can't take too many kids. We just gotta be right as business owners. We don't want to deliver the wrong picture, bad pictures.
Yeah. So yes, it's gonna be a blissful weekend. It's gonna be a busy weekend. It's gonna be a productive weekend.
Yeah, but we'll make sure today, Saturday, we'll go and do something fun together. We'll make sure we do that. We'll go and have a drink. So I'm looking forward to that. That's for sure.
I don't drink.
I'm looking forward to that because I know Sunday I will be very tired. But anyways, this is our blissful moment.
Let's get into the topic of the day, which is the pros and cons of living together before marriage. Now, Cece and I didn't get to do that.
I'll be dead.
Actually, if we had tried to do that, we probably wouldn't be here.
We'll be dead.
It would have come with some consequences. So we didn't get to live together before we married each other. Now, I don't know if that would have been a bad thing. Well, I know for our parents it would have been bad because they would not have approved. Now, I don't know if I would have still stick together after I realized that she does whatever she does, or maybe she probably wouldn't have kept me when she realized that I do what I normally do. Mm-hmm. But it does have some benefits getting together before marriage.
It does.
And some disadvantages as well.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like depending on your background too, right? Depending on your background, some people may feel like, hey, why not moving together before we get married? Just test the water to see if it's something that we want to take a ride on.
That's not a bad thing at all.
Some people may well, but our parents, unfortunately, I don't know if it's just unfortunately, but I feel like our parents are very old school. So they not like into let's move in before we
tie the knot.
Yeah, they're not like that at all. And here's the thing too. We didn't go away to college. We were both here at home. So therefore, it's like, when you go to college, you have your own dorm, like you have your own apartment.
You kind of claim your independence.
And you kind of have that, and you can have anyone in at any time because your parents are not there. Y'all know we do that. But for us, we didn't do that. Because my parents would not let me go away to college. I'm sure the same goes for you, baby.
No, I could have. I just want to save money. but it's something we didn't do, and obviously we understand that there's some advantages. There's a lot of things that you can learn, but there's a lot of cons. As many pros as there may be, there's some disadvantages. There's some things that depends on who you are and where you fall. It may be an issue, and I know for some couples it works.
Yeah, but
for some others, it may not. So
just because it works for your friend doesn't mean it's going to work for you. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Yes, if you feel like you need to move in with this guy before you tie the knot, hey, if this is your preference, if your parents don't have any say into this, then that's you, boo.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to go that route, make sure you're doing it for the right reason.
Right.
Because if you're doing it because you've seen someone else does it, then that's probably not. But if you're doing it just to make sure that you can really test your compatibility with this person, yes, This way you're going, knowing that, hey, we're going to test this out. We're really going to test this out.
It's good for
I'm
a drive.
talking about testing every part of it before we commit to each other long term. No, some of the pros, obviously, is it'll deepen your relationship. It'll help enrich what you have.
True.
Since you get to learn this person, you get to share a lot of the emotional,
spiritual, and kind of like, in a way where you're like, okay, we touching, we emotionally.
You get to be really, really close to this person.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, they get to see some of your sides, good side, bad side. You get to share your days with this person, because when you move in with this person, they'll know your bad days, they know your good days.
Yeah.
I figured, can I handle this person's bad day? Yes. Some of us have had pretty rough bad days, and we take it out on our partners.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you a chance to say, can I deal with this long term, or should I say, okay, now I see what your bad day looks like. I think that's it.
Right.
I'm leaving. Right.
We're not going to make it, or. But to me, I feel like, okay, we move in together. We have this, emotional thing going on. We connect in a romantic level. Even if we're not moving together, we should still be able to connect in a romantic level.
But when you wake up, you go to sleep with someone, it's a whole different thing than when you just go and see this person for a couple of hours and then you go back home. It's a completely different thing. And this is where it can really help deepen that relationship, because you get to see this person without makeup. You get to see them in a completely different light than just meeting them, going out on dates.
Right.
It's a different thing. And that will help you as the lady determine, I want to deal with this guy. I never knew that he looked this way. Right? Yes. And this is one of the advantages. It allows you to really take the relationship to another level.
Sure.
You can really test that to see, is this really what I wanted?
But does our parents feel the same way? Not really.
No, our parents just think that once you do this, you're giving it away too early.
Right. And then because of that, they don't see you the same way anymore. They see you as an easy person, as an easy girl. Because a lot of time when you move in with someone, yes, it may be because you want to be more connected. You maybe want to be more like, emotionally, spiritually connected with that person. But people on the outside see it differently.
People on the outside say.
But I think another pro, what would you say another pro would be?
Well, it's some of the anxiety that comes with, okay, now I'm ready to marry you. It takes that away. Because sometimes we get cold feet because we don't know what to expect.
Right.
Right? Jeez. I'm going to say I do. Do I really want to say I do? Because you kind of go in somewhat, not completely blind, but when you're marrying someone and you haven't lived together with them, there's a whole side of them you haven't seen.
Yes.
So one of the pros that when you've lived with someone, it takes away that anxiety, because you've already know what to expect.
Listen, the process of getting married is already very demanding. Okay.
Yeah, for the ladies, the guys, we just kind of show up.
We just gotta write it out.
Yeah. But yes, it makes it easier saying I do. For both parties.
Yes.
When you live together, you've gotten a chance to really get to understand this person more than you would have if you were just dating.
True. I definitely agree. Because I know for me, that probably wouldn't work. I definitely agree. I think the stress, it really for a lot of guys, because I know you were very on the edge.
Yeah, I hadn't. I took a leap of faith.
What
like, God, it's in your hands where my life goes.
Supposed to mean? You took a leap of faith, huh?
I took a leap of faith. I'm like, God, I'm saying I do to this woman.
But we did it for 5 years.
Please give me strength. For 5 years? Yes. But I still didn't see all of you.
And I still didn't see all of you.
Well, you took a leap of faith, I guess.
Okay, so we both did. We took a leap of faith, and look where we are now today.
And look where we're going.
So I definitely agree, with the stress part. And I definitely feel like, to me personally, I feel like, one of my pros will definitely be, it's going to help me save a lot of money. Okay. If I happen to move in,
I'd rather stay at home and save money.
To me,
it can be a cost saving, but
it is a cost saving.
if I stay at my parents, yes, I give a little bit of freedom. But I can save a whole lot more money because I can eat their food. I can stay rent free.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I mean, I'll be able to come and go whenever I want because they're there and they probably question the things I do.
But
and I can't just bring anyone that I can home whenever I want to. But if saving money is the thing, I'll save more money if I stay
I feel
home.
like, would you not want to have your own apartment? Like, once you like done with college, you should definitely have your own place.
Well, yes. Hey, listen, if you're a grown man or grown, don't hang out at your parents thinking that you're saving money. Maybe you work harder and get a cheap apartment. But yes, cohabiting can be a good cost saving measure.
Well, yes, for sure.
Yeah, we get together and we split the bill.
Or you just be the man of the house, you know. If we
I'm not the man yet. We're not married yet. Why would I want to be the man without being married?
Well, would you not want to feel like, okay, I want to be the man. I want to have that feeling, that experience where I am the man of the house, babe. You don't have to pay anything, any bills, anything.
No, it doesn't work that way.
You know, we just split the food.
So where's the cost saving for me?
There's none. It's just, that's what I say. It's one of my favorite. I feel like that will be cost saving for me because I will be saving on a lot of, you know.
See? Thinking like a typical woman.
I'm just saying. Because I've never seen it where the man is the one that move in with the woman. It's always where the woman is moving with the guy.
Well, you haven't seen all of them. You've only seen some.
I've seen it on movies and it never worked out. Okay.
But in all honesty, it could be a good cost saving measures. Imagine each one of you live in your own apartment, and yes, you can decide, you know what, we're just gonna live together for however long while we date because our goal is to be together for life, but we're gonna test this out. So yes, it'll reduce your expenses in literally half.
Yes.
So yes. But don't make it the sole reason is to save money.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it about that.
Some people do.
But don't make it about that because at the end of the day, if the sole reason for moving together is to save money, then there's no relationship. We're just roommates, you know?
True.
We're going to join forces together so we can save money. If you're in a relationship, you're gonna move together. Yes, the main thing is that, you know what, we're gonna get together so we can really test that to see if it's a good idea for us. Yes, saving money is one of the benefits that comes with it, but it shouldn't be the only thing.
It shouldn't be the only thing. Imagine if you're like a girl and then just like, you know, you're dating someone. Do you have an apartment? You know, that's the first question that you ask them. Do you have your own place? Mm-hmm. Typically, women likes to know if you have your own place so they don't have to worry about, okay.
You didn't ask me for that.
Because I know you didn't have your own place. You're at your mom. It's your parents' house.
Yeah.
You didn't have your own place. But typically, a woman would ask whoever they're dating, do you have your own place? Because it's good to know. You have your own place already? Great. If not, then we can build something together. You know what I mean? But then again, there's some women who don't like when their men have their own place because they don't know who you have.
Who you bring in when they're not there?
Exactly.
Well, then you don't need to be in a relationship with that man if you can't trust them.
Yeah. Or did you used to live with your ex? Was she in this apartment?
Well, if you had an ex, of course she would have been in the apartment.
I'll be like, I don't want to move in because you had an ex in this apartment. So therefore we need to go and rent.
Listen.
And find a new one.
If I'm in a comfortable place that, financially speaking, it's not a crazy expensive place, it's comfortable, I'm not going to go and increase my expenses just to try you out. No, we're going to move to get in the place where we are right now, and then we'll see how it works out. Now, if it's a crappy place, yes.
Say just to try you out.
If it's a crappy place, yes. If you're going to bring a lady, you're going to live together with a lady. You can't just be in any little crappy apartment. But if it's a decent place that we can live together, and yes, for however long we're gonna live together in that place, I don't think I need to go get a new place for you to move in.
Well, I'm just saying, some women are like that. They would not move into a place where either you share that with your ex or whoever was in the apartment. They would much rather have a brand new.
I buy new sheets.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
but to me, I
I'll
don't think
get them clean before you come.
I don't think to me that would matter because it's an apartment, it's a place. Yes, no sheets. Let's just change things around, because I'm the new girl in town. So let's just change things around. But I definitely agree. This will definitely, financially speaking, will save you a lot of money when you like share. I pay this and you pay that, and then we just combine our money together, basically.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was, some few pros, right?
I'm sure there's a lot of other pros. That listen, if you've lived together and you there's certain things that really made a difference, and it's a pro, by all means, share that with us. Now, let's go into some of the things that could be bad about it, right? Living together is challenging. I'll tell you that. I'm married, and I can't send her home. I love this woman, but it takes some understanding. It takes some compromising. It takes sometimes some fights and then some apologies. But living together has its challenges. Very different than having a roommate.
Not the same.
Not the same. So if you're gonna go that route, you got to make sure that you at least have a support system. Someone who can maybe intervene if there's an issue. Someone you can reach out to for maybe some guidance and advice. How do I handle this? You got to have that because, man, when you live together with someone, craziness happens. And not all of them you're going to like.
Yeah. When you don't have a good support system, it's definitely like you are at risk big time. Especially if your parents will support you moving with this guy, especially if your parents will support you moving with this girl, and you're like, okay, I'm just making my own decision. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm going to do me. I'm a grown woman. You know how some people, they're just like, I'm going to do me. I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And then you're like, okay, now when everything starts falling apart and your parents are going to be like, I told you so. I mean, I definitely feel like if you don't have a good support system and you move in with someone with a guy, it's definitely going to hurt your relationship.
Hey, move with a girl too. Sometimes the girls are the problems.
I'm just saying.
They are.
Or you could probably have a good friend. Sometimes if your parents will support you, but you have a best friend or someone who's really close to you that's like there for you, then by all means, but.
Yeah, and even that you have to watch out. Because not every friend can support you when it comes to relationship issues. Remember the friends, especially a best friend. There's some best friend they only see what's best for you. And sometimes if you're in the wrong, you reach out to your best friend. They will empathize with you, and before you know it, you could have been like dead wrong. You feel like, yes, I'm right.
Yeah, I agree.
So your friends, you gotta watch out to see who's there. Is there someone there that could be impartial and really give you an unbiased advice?
Yes, I definitely agree. And I also like to say there's some friends out there who are truly, truly friends where they tells you whether if it's gonna hurt your feeling or not, because you need to hear the truth, right? Right. So some friends are good where they're just going to tell you, we talked about this and now let's see what we can do to move forward.
Oh, absolutely. And you need people like this because at the end of the day,
be honest,
you move with this person because there's something in there. And obviously you're looking to grow that something.
Yeah.
And understand that when challenges happen, not every challenge is a reason to break things off.
Yes.
And you need a friend who can really help you see through the challenge and help you find a way. Now, not every challenges can find ways.
No.
Sometimes you just need a friend that's going to be able to carry you out of that place and take you to wherever you can be away from this person.
True.
I'm talking about a guy friend who can carry another guy, not a girlfriend.
What?
Because sometimes it's the girl that's making the problem for the guy. And
oh
the guy
my
just
God.
needs to
Here
get
we
away.
go. I don't believe that.
Just
But
saying.
anyways, you're just saying,
Just saying, there's
anyways.
some women out there that will drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, baby. No comment on that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, we talked about some of the cons, some of the things that could be some disadvantage, as obviously moving in for the right reason. We mentioned that earlier. Don't let money be the main reason why you want to move in with someone, because that bound to run into issues. Make sure that if you're gonna move in with someone, you have a good cause, a relationship related cause,
Right.
that you want to move with this person, and be willing to do all that you can to make it work. But kind of leave money out of it, although money is a big piece of it, because once you move together, you're going to have bills to pay together.
Yeah.
You're probably going to have to share a bank account somehow, but understand that once you start, once you live together, you start mixing money. Don't let the money be like the main thing, because arguments will come out of that money and issues and conflict.
Yeah.
So you're literally going to be functioning very similarly
Husband
as a
and
married
wife.
couple.
Yes.
So
Listen, if you don't put a ring on this, we're moving together. I'm just saying. That's just my philosophy. If you don't put a ring on it, there's no way I'm giving this for free. What? I matter. I'm just saying.
Okay. Good thing I put a ring on it. And now she's here. Now here's another thing that could be, like for instance, I could look at our family and our parents. It would have been not something that they approved that we do.
Right.
So sometimes when you make this decision to cohabit with someone, you can lose some close friends if they disapprove of that. You can lose some family members if they disapprove of that. So be ready to possibly walk this path alone with your partner.
Right.
If that's what you decided to do, because
you
would find people that will disapprove your decision.
Yeah.
And if that's the decision you want to make, just be willing to stick to it and deal with whatever comes. Yeah. So you can lose some relationship, right?
Definitely. Whether you like it or not. I mean, there are people who simply do disapprove moving together before marriage, whether you like it or not. That's just the fact. That's just how it is. So either you take it or you don't.
Yeah, especially if you're religious. I know our religion don't approve living together before marriage. Well, they say you're doing the things you shouldn't do.
Technically, you are.
Well, what's the point of living together if there's certain activities you won't get engaged in? Then you might as well just keep dating and meet with each other.
Yeah, there's no way someone will move together and not doing it. Like, come on, let's be real.
And we're talking about eating together on a table.
Really, baby? I'm just saying, really?
But yes, I mean, actually, I think all religion are against that. Now,
Isn't it somewhere in the Bible?
I don't know the rules of all the religions that exist, but I think most religions are against moving together without marrying.
I think a lot of the old school parents are against this, against moving together, against, share a house with someone where they haven't put a ring on it. But because technically you are acting as a wife without having a ring on your finger. Like you like either the girlfriend or the fiance, and you doing the cooking, the cleaning, and taking care of the house. I mean, and it's just, for me, it's just not my thing. I'm just saying, it's just not me. I would much rather you put a ring on it and then we get married and then we do the rest. That's just mine.
Maybe I want to do that.
That's just the way I feel.
Yes. And at the end of the day, you'll find if you're in a relationship.
And if you didn't do that, you wouldn't be the one for me. I'm just saying.
A good thing I did. But at the end, it's important to know what it is that's important to you.
Mm-hmm.
And to some people, it makes sense for them to live together to see if it's going to work out.
Right.
And sometimes I wish more people had done that, because we run into a lot of cases where people decided to tie the knot, and 2 years later, they going through the legal system trying to untie the knot. And believe me,
which is tough.
Tying the knot is a lot easier than untying the knot.
Right.
So people like this, I wish that they had taken the time to maybe test it out for a couple of years and see if it makes sense. As much as I know, yes, religiously speaking, yes, it's not acceptable. I know many families think it doesn't make sense to do so.
Yeah.
But I'd rather have the person do that and maybe a few months down the road, they realize, you know what? We're not good for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop it. Right? Instead of yes, we dated and then we got married, we do a big ceremony, a big party, we invite tons of people to
spend
celebrate
a lot of money
with us, spend a lot of money, which is good. I'm a photographer, so when you spend money on wedding, I make money off of you. So keep spending money on wedding. It's a good thing. But you do all of this and then things don't work out.
2 years, 5 years later.
You know? I would rather have you live with this person for some time.
Test it out first.
And then decide, I can't stand your attitude.
I can't stand your snore. Like, you snore too much. You're, man, you, sir.
Or you know, there's a number of things you learn about people when you live together.
Right. Oh, no, for sure.
If you're that type of one to take a leap of faith like I did, do that too. So as much as I approve or support living together, I understand there's some value in waiting it out. Because you can learn a lot about someone while dating this person.
Right.
That's me saying that you don't have to live together to learn.
Yeah.
Although you won't learn it all, but you can get a good idea as to whom you're dealing with. But you have to be looking for that. You have to make sure you engage in activities that allows you to really understand this person and see, are they really the one for me? Believe me, I've known a lot of people my age who married their spouse and they are happy together. Now, that doesn't mean every minute, every second of their lives is happy, but you know, just like any relationship, we'll run into some issues and we fix them.
Yes, of course.
It's like later, Sissy gonna piss me off.
I'm sure I am. I'm sure it's gonna happen, but that's okay. We get used to it.
Yeah, I've gotten used to it. You know, I'll just laugh it off, go do something.
Same here.
And then I'll have to go by and apologize to her.
That's not true. Well, yes, you do. You know that.
Yeah.
You know that. But yes, so it's your choice. It's your decision. And I truly feel like this is something that you really, if it's something you want to try it, hey, but just understand there's going to be some things when your family members, family friends may not support this, you know, moving with someone before marriage, or you may feel like, hey, let me go the old school way. Let me just wait until marriage.
And take a leap of faith.
Take a leap of faith.
And pray God.
You know, we did the leap of faith route. Okay. I can't stand him, but I got used to a lot of things that he, you know, this man, the way that he does certain things. I'm like, hey, listen, we've been together for such a long time, so I gotta get used to it. I gotta make it work because
I'm a good man.
Yes, he is.
I do all good stuff.
No, he doesn't. That's not true.
Everybody, listen, we do what we do because it made sense for us, and our commitment to each other is that we're gonna keep doing what we need to do to keep making it make sense.
Yes.
Which means whatever comes, we'll deal with it.
And same goes for you.
Yeah.
Whether you are married or not, if you're dating someone, if you think it makes sense for you to move in with that person before marriage, hey,
do it.
If that's what makes sense to you, if you don't,
you learn a whole lot.
That's right.
And you'll probably be very grateful or thankful sometime in the future that you did.
Or if you are a religious person like we are and you don't feel like you should be moving with someone before marriage and you're going to wait until after you put a ring on it and we get married, we're moving together, then that's
do that.
Also your choice.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
So thank you for listening to our podcast today on the pros and cons about living together before marriage.
And there's tons of pros and cons.
I know if my parents hear that I agreed to this, they probably think, am I losing my mind? But you know what?
They probably think I did something to you.
I'm old enough now. I'm entitled to lose my mind if I so choose. So thank you very much for listening. I appreciate all of you guys, especially those who's been with us for a very long time. You've been very supportive to the channel, so thank you. And if this is your first time listening to us, we appreciate having you here. Remember to subscribe and hit on that notification bell so you can be notified when we put out these videos. They come out every Saturday.
Yes.
We're also available on some audio channels like the Shopify, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes Radio. No, I said the wrong thing. It's iHeartRadio. So definitely check us out. You can listen to us if you're driving, and obviously I'd rather have you sit and watch us on YouTube so you can see my smiling face
and this pretty face.
That's what I'm talking about. So thank you very much for listening, everybody. Until next time.